For much of our American history, our armed forces have been dominated by men. But the makeup of America's military has changed. Today, about 20% are female. And as more women and LGBTQ people enlist, another demographic is also growing: male spouses of service members. They now number in the tens of thousands. Well, we wanted to find out what challenges they face. So we caught up with a man who's been creating a community for military husbands, or as he calls them, macho spouses. You've been together how many years?
24.
24, better get it right.
On a summer day in 2001, a dating profile caught Dana Pape's eye.
He's just looking for someone to hang out, watch college football, drink beer, and eat wings. And I'm like, oh crap, that sounds like me.
From our first date, I think we talked every day.
Did you know she was like, no?
No, because what she said,
Oh my God, this is such a lie.
it is not a lie. What she said is that she was a professional in the medical industry or something like that. And I'm thinking she's a doctor.
But in the Air Force, it was considered part of the medical field. It was aerospace physiology, which fell within the medical field.
And the large corporation was the
I
federal
didn't
government.
I didn't know what kind of creepers were going to be out there.
Systems hot, 3.
Dana was actually in the Air Force, training pilots to handle the effects of flight on the body.
You had these very burly young guys. They had to salute her, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever.
Over the years, the military played a large role in their partnership and ultimately their marriage, dictating where and when they'd move.
I started looking around at all the other military spouses going, hey, I'm the only guy. Every website that I went to, it was great material, but it was for women, by women. So I then started Googling male military spouse. I didn't find anything.
So he set out to make a documentary about military husbands.
The first person I interviewed, within 5 minutes, I knew there was a weight lifted off my shoulder.
Wow.
I just knew I wasn't alone.
What was the weight?
The weight was the slowly building depression, anxiety, isolation of being a male spouse.
Men make up 14% of the country's 500,000 military spouses, but 48% of military spouse suicides.
In the beginning, it was stressful.
Chris felt like he had to do something, so he scrapped his documentary plans and started Macho Spouse, a video series and support group for men married to service members.
What's up, man?
Macho Spouse has helped Sergio Rodriguez and Jared Knight stay in touch. Both are veterans themselves, married to active duty service members. At a coffee shop just outside Chicago, we met those two friends and fellow spouse Josh Green to get their takes.
I was at an event. There were 400 spouses. I was one of 2 males. Everybody got a raffle when they registered, and when my number ended up getting called, it was a breast pump.
Wow.
And most organizations say, oh, we want to bring more male spouses out, but there's very little thought in terms of how do we do that.
The vast majority of spouses are women.
Mm-hmm.
So why should we go the extra mile for men?
There are mental health implications. We also have our own issues that we have to deal with.
The men want to change not just how people outside the military see them, but how other military spouses speak on social media.
Do you feel as though some women feel unsafe with the prospect of men in their group?
Well, there's that as well. But at the end of the day, we're spouses supporting our active duty member.
Lack of a warm welcome, Rodriguez says, can impact kids on base too.
You know, you see some of these posts where it's like, hey ladies, we're moving in, can we have a play date with my kids? If I was to do that, how welcoming it would be. Well, would they really attend if I'm like, hey ladies, I'm new into the neighborhood with my 2-year-old, can you guys want to do a park date? Would they leave?
Yeah.
Would they?
Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah.
I mean, has it happened?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What would you say to men out there who's still struggling?
Reach out. You can't be included at the table if you don't come for a seat at the table.
A realization Chris Pape had early on.
I felt I was I was alone, but I wasn't. The first time that I got my email, a first email from somebody I'd never met before, and it was, Chris, I just wanted to say thank you. I think you saved my marriage. I started to cry a little bit. Because I'm sitting alone in my stupid little basement in Columbia, South Carolina. I'm like, somebody's listening, But it's a heck of a feeling.
You're getting a little emotional.
I'm getting a little choked up, yeah. Because there's no better feeling than to help somebody.
Mission accomplished.
Wow. Well, the Department of Defense does not have male-specific spousal programs, but tells CBS News its commitment to taking care of service members and their families is the Secretary's, quote, top priority. Now, we asked the three men we spoke to in Chicago whether they'd like to see male-only programs. They said no, that they're totally looking for just acknowledgement and inclusion. And this is what we really got out of this. A 2021 survey on American Life, there was a study, said that friendship recession has been a male friendship recession has been a problem since 1990. The number of men reporting they have no close friends has jumped from just 3% to 15%. So really important for men to have support, just like women do.
An important conversation
It
on
is
all
important.
fronts.
All of us need it.
Great story.